Good morning.
Good morning, Phillips. Do you
Hey,
hear?
Fern. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Good morning. How are you doing today?
Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. And
Really
you?
good. I'm doing well. I'm doing, just having like a coffee with milk. So
Okay, okay. It's a good morning here in my city, Nova Friburgo. Have you heard Nova Friburgo? Do you know?
yeah, I know just by the name. Not I don't know
Good
much.
morning.
Oops. We are live on YouTube. Yeah, sorry.
Let me see.
Yeah, I know which is the closest city like in Nova Friburgo, around Nova Friburgo. Which cities do you have?
Uh, just a moment. This, uh, oh my gosh, I have a photo. City. WhatsApp. Yeah, yeah. Uh,
So are you checking the cities around pictures? What you're doing?
but it's amazing because uh, even though I hate cold, sometimes it's very cold here. But Rio de Janeiro, it's cold. No, Rio de Janeiro, capital, no. It's so
Yeah,
very hard. Uh,
but in Nova Friburgo, is Nova Friburgo close to Petrópolis?
yeah.
Yeah. So so fair. Uh, I know you already, but
You received the link.
no, not really. I'm not with anything open. WhatsApp or Telegram, they are closed. So So first, have you ever had this? Oh, it's in here. Okay, in the chat. Sorry. Okay, yeah, now Friburgo. Got
Okay.
it. Seems
But
beautiful.
it is link. Is my city. I born in. Oh my
Were
gosh.
you were you born in Nova Friburgo?
No, no.
Where were you born?
Here.
Nice. So you were born in. Let me check.
Maceió.
Oh, Maceió. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're
I
from
love
Maceió.
it. I love
Yeah, I know it.
it. So, Philip, for example, what the my interest in English, uh, guy, I remember in my middle school, I had the opportunity to learn three foreign language. Okay, in my middle school offered French, English, and Spanish. Um, I remember in this time I hate English because I I guessed the pronunciation of language in English is so very complicated and so very hard. I don't. I did study uh, Spanish because I guess in Spanish is so very similar Portuguese. So I resolved study French because in this time study French is so very fashion. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
fancy, fancy,
so
fancy.
very fashion. But the time is flying. I remember I start a practice sport, triathlon. Uh, I start travel more abroad, but my travel it's happening around the South America, after in Europe. Europe so much, but I never have been to the USA. So I don't have necessity to speak in English. But my first time in the English-speaking country, for me, it's a, a true disaster, because I can't understand anything the guys speak with me, even though this country, English-speaking country, it's India, but the accent, Indian accent, so very hard to understand. Even though in some part of the India, the people don't speak English. The people speak a mix of language. For example, North the India, the guys don't attend regular school. The knowledge it's passed along about the oral traditional. The people don't attend regular school. So the people in North the India, it's speak a mix of language, Tamil, English, Sanskrit. It's so very complicated to understand. But in New Delhi, the people speak English very well. But
New Delhi is New Delhi the capital? I don't remember.
It's
Yeah.
capital of the India. But there is a part of the New Delhi so very rich, the people I'm not I forget, but I think the India is in crisis so much the part of the software, in India.
Yeah, they have been working hard on science.
Okay, so when I come back, I have been to in India for 40 days. I remember when come back to Brazil, I put my head, I need to study English anyway, guy. I need, boy, it's so, but I have, I had before a myth. It's, it's, don't Bolsonaro, né? But I had a myth. All the guys, over 50, it's impossible learning a new language,
No,
But
it's not true.
I'm here now. I
Yeah.
I'm 50, 51. Yeah, I try learning English, but I have a problem with listen. Listen for me, it's very complicated. E pronunciation,
For me too.
Uh, listen, sometimes for example, it's
Incredible.
incredible. I can stand it several tours in YouTube, né? For example, I follow the tour. I don't know. I I I I don't know. You meet the tour Chicha Prix. No,
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 I don't know.
no.
It's what's her? It's teacher Free.
Priscilla.
Priscilla.
Priscilla. It's the guys live in Boston for 5 years, but speak very well. So sometimes I watch the channel her in YouTube. I can understand you very clean, but when I try watch the movie in Netflix, I have several problems about this. I I don't know what the what going on because I can't understand the movie without a subtitle, né? Especially when the movie come from United States. I don't know what's the mystery.
The mystery is just one word, just one, and it's very simple, very, very simple. Patient. You need to be patient. You need to, I always mistake this. I always make mistakes with this word. To be patient. Yeah, to be patient.
I
And
don't
here's the
know.
thing. Here's the thing. It took, do you know how long did it take for me to really develop my listening to watch a movie without subtitles? It took me 20 years. 20 years. I'm
Really?
not, yes, I'm not saying, and there's a reason for that. I'm not saying you're gonna spend 20 years, but you need to be patient about, you need to be patient or patient. I always get confused about this. But you need patience to be a learner. And why is that? Because once you start learning something, when you reach a certain level, for example, you can communicate yourself already, but listening, depending on the person, it's going to take more or less time. So for example, why it took me 20 years to develop listening? Because I wasn't exercising. I wasn't studying listening. I wasn't practicing my listening. I was practicing like, oh, I'm gonna listen a song. And back there, we didn't have like Netflix and all this stuff we have now, but we had music. And I was like a huge fan of American music. So I couldn't listen well, but it didn't stop me to work in the United States. When I went to Chicago for the first time, 2011, I was really, 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 really bad on listening. It was a huge issue for me. And, but of course, I could work, I could talk, I could attend meetings. I talked with people in several locations in US, also in Europe, in England, and also in Asia, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand. So I could communicate and understand people well. But regarding music, series, songs, movies, whatever, I couldn't. And I remember I went to a movie theater to watch a movie, and it was a disaster. I couldn't understand one single word. I couldn't. It was
Uh,
impossible.
you did study English before you went to the USA?
Yes, for 15 years.
Sometime
And I started when I was a child. I started with 9 years old.
you felt the feeling like frustrated now. Oh my gosh, I
Yes.
study English for 5 years. I I realize I don't understand anything the guys speak with me. It's so very frustrating because several friends told me about this. Falei, oh my gosh, it's because, for example, in this phrase, uh, for example, I will get there in no time. For example, in no time, I never speak this way because for me, I will talk this phrase this way. I will be there so soon because in no time for me don't make sense. But native speak this way. Nah.
But here's the thing, for when you learn a new language, it's not about yourself anymore. It's not about Fur in Brazil. You need to create a new person, a new Fur, a new character,
Yeah, yeah,
you
I
know,
realize it.
with different expressions, different ways of saying the same thing. So there's a joke we say, in Portuguese, we have this expression, give your jumps, right? In Portuguese, it's dá os seus pulos. So in English, this expression, you can use, figure this out. It doesn't make sense for a Brazilian speaker because figure it out, it's something different. It's another expression, and it doesn't match. So when it comes to learn a new language, it's not about the language. It's not just about grammar. It's about creating a new person. It's like, imagine you were born in Maceió, but now you live in Nova Friburgo. When you arrived back there in Nova Friburgo, you had to start kind of a new life. People didn't know you. Just an example. I don't know if that's true, but when you move to a new city, people don't know you. So you need to start creating a person for them. So it's like when you change jobs, when you go to a new job, people don't know you there. So you can, you're going to be yourself, and you're going to create a new person in this environment. So for English, and that's why we have Talk and Talk. The purpose of Talk and Talk, it's really to talk and talk. And to talk, it's not just to speak. To talk means speak and listen. The word talk means speak and listen, both. And we have two talks, talk and talk. So the idea is really about practicality. So you need to get some expressions native speakers or non-native speakers use to add to your vocabulary, to add to yourself. And you're gonna like copy a lot of expressions or sentences or ways of speaking that doesn't make sense for Brazilians, but you're gonna add to yourself and you're gonna start using it. So it's really hard to just, okay, let's match this word in Portuguese to this word in English. This is not communication in another language. This is translation. Translation is something totally different. It's something absolutely different. So
Yeah.
what you need to do is, okay, I enjoyed this expression, so I'm gonna get and I'm gonna start using it.
I realized that because, for example, most people said this way. You need to think in English. Think in English, it's a thing, but you think like native another. But I realized too. You think like native. It's impossible because, for example. I born heard my father spoke so very think with me. Oh my, it's this way. For example, Portuguese from Portugal is totally different. Expression, intonation, idioms. If for you like. Portuguese from Portugal, it's very complicated. You need to adapt a long time, for you get the accent, get
The cultural expression.
Yeah. This way, when this way, how the native American native build the phrase, it's a way very peculiar. For example, I for me build some phrase in English. Sometime I start the build like the construction I do in the Portuguese. It's
But
so
it's
very
natural. No, but it's natural. I think when people tell you, oh, you need to think in English, that's a bad advice. Because how can you do that? To think in English. People say a lot of things, but every person has a unique way to think in English. And I don't think we need to focus on that. We need to focus on mastering vocabulary, mastering listening, mastering the simple things at first. So, for example, on Talk and Talk, we always ask people to introduce themselves. And this is really powerful. This is sometimes game changing for people, because once you understand and you get confident about your presentation, every time you come, you can change your presentation in English. So, for example, you come today for an English conversation group that we have. You present yourself in a way. The next time you can change your presentation, or you can bring the same. Every time you repeat the same presentation, you're gonna get more confident about it.
Yeah,
You can check the pronunciation. You can bring a new vocabulary if you want. So I believe when we start doing the same thing over and over, and it's not exactly the same, but it's like a kind of repetition, we are going to develop ourselves. And you're gonna realize that once you master the personal basic presentation, you're not going to think in Portuguese anymore, because it's going to be natural. For example, the book is on the table. You don't need to translate that.
yeah.
You don't need to. So you are thinking in English when I say the book is on the table.
Okay.
Why is that? Because you have already heard this millions of times. You know?
Yeah, I realized that too. Because, for example, when some guy spoke or speak with you like this, I love you. You don't stop to think about this. I
Exactly. Oh, I love it.
uh,
Yeah, you do not
it's
translate.
the comprehensive. It's automatic. It's
So this is to think in English.
okay.
This is
It's
how we
automatic.
think in English.
Uh, but 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 I noticed too as well. For example, I don't know if you follow the 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 discussion about the Glasgow in COP.
Yeah, I'm listening and watching a couple of things, and they have
So
different tones, different accents.
the English, international English, is totally different the American English. I can understand almost everything the guys spoke there, né? Eu falei, oh my gosh, because English, it doesn't American English. It's American English. It's part of the English, né? Uh, Global English. For example, I have a different accent, a different form to intonation in several versions about the English around the world. I can realize this. For example, before a little time before I know knew the Talking Talk, I subscribe Cambridge. Sometime I get the tour from Scotland, for example. It's so very complicated to understand the guys.
And I'm gonna tell you something. We have this idea of, oh, I need to talk and I need to be in touch with native speakers. Okay, it's really good. But if you couldn't even speak to a non-native speaker, like for example, my English, it's easy peasy. It's like very easy to understand. So if you can't really understand 100% of my English, then it's then it's a problem somehow. And you can do both. You can be in touch with me, you can be in touch with other people, and then also native speakers. You don't need to choose between one or another. You can do everything at the same time. But it's a process. It's like step by step. It's and sometimes we are anxious about the progression, the speed that we have throughout the process, throughout the journey. So I start learning Spanish. I'm studying Spanish at the moment. So I want also to be like really fluent and understanding everybody and doing this and that with confidence. But it's not like that. It's a step by step. I'm building up a new person, a new character, new expressions, new skills. So I think when it comes to learn a new language, we need to be involved with the language in our mind. So everywhere we can go to be in touch, at least, I don't know, once a day, it's going to help a lot. So you're coming to TNT meetings, it's going to work out pretty well. Now you're having access to the classes. So it's going to like, it's going to help you also because there's some structures that we're going to review, some things that they are practical. So it's like a group of things that we are doing with the same focus to be fluent. And being fluent, it means, in my point of view, to be confident and to be comfortable with
Y-
the
y-
language you're learning.
Yeah, I think the big problem we have it's about it's ancient because we have really up to speak so
Yeah,
soon. It's the create the ancient. You if you for example, I already passed for the phase. I have shy to speak wrong or mistake, make mistake. Because if you think about this so much about this, you get so very stuck,
yeah,
because
you freeze.
yeah. I remember the first time in the Cambridge. It's really disaster. I had 5 minutes, and I can just speak
Two words.
my name.
Yeah, my name
Yeah,
is.
it,
Oh, it's over. Time is over.
your time in a face in face the tour in face. Eu falei, oh my gosh, how
Yeah,
it's it's
yeah, 15 minutes.
sweaty so much. Eu falei, oh my gosh. Because you feeling it's stuck. Oh, I don't know
Yeah,
what the
that
control.
and that's for example, why do we post this live on YouTube? It's not just advertisement, marketing stuff. It's not. Actually, the main purpose it's that to spread the word out for people to get to know us. But being live on YouTube in this meeting or in the group meeting, it means that we are going to work your emotional part of the language. So, for example, once you realize that, oh, it's going to be recorded, people are going to watch me, um, and I am going to judge myself as well after that. I can watch me back later. So it's going to work yourself out in order to be more comfortable, confident, and to be fluent. So being live on YouTube, it's a strategy in order to give people fluency, because fluency, it of course it comes from grammar stuff, structure, methodology, and the learning process. But also there is a emotional part that we are paying attention. We as a group, Talk and Talk as a group, is paying attention on the emotional
Yeah,
part of students.
yeah, because for example, the thing it's very complicated for me. It's I don't know how this word ajustar the gap, and between you heard the phrase the phrase getting to ears and get your brain. Aí
And then you
it's
need to think, and then they
uh,
need to speak back.
you have an impression you start in conversation with delay, né? Uh, it's delay. It's very the gap is very large. You lose the comprehensive about the subtitle.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating. For example, sometimes when I review the meeting in the YouTube, né? In TalkNtalk, eu falei, oh my gosh, why I don't I don't I did speak this, né? Because I'm had in gap, né? In delay, né?
Yeah, exactly. And it's practice. It's like a triathlon. When you start, it seems to be huge. You need to swim, bike, and run, and then you have the transitions and like shifting sports and etc. But after you practice and you train yourself, it gets easier and easier.
Everything is automatic, né?
Yeah, and
Automatic.
then gets automatically. You don't think twice. Oh my God, I'm going to get out of the swimming part, and I need to suit myself, and I need to pull this or that. No, it's automatically. So you don't think too
Uh,
much. This is fluency. This is
uh,
fluency. You know.
I should say the best thing in the any competition it's you have relaxed, totally relaxed. If you got complete relaxing in your swim flew so very fast, né?
It's not about just like, oh, a lot of power and being so strong, and then no, you need just to go with the flow and try to understand the environment. And swimming, or let's get this, triathlon and English, it's the same process. The learning process, it's the same. Of course, the tools are totally different, but the process, the journey of the learning process, it's the same.
Yeah, for example, you have to enjoy, né, all the process. Né? You if you start think in finish,
You're
you
gonna quit. You're gonna lose the game. If
yeah,
you
yeah.
think about the reward at
uh,
first, you're gonna stop. You're gonna quit, and everybody is looking for fluency, and that's the biggest mistake, in my opinion. We don't need to focus on fluency. We just need to focus on something else, and every person has a very specifically purpose and a goal to reach, and it shouldn't be fluency.
ok, por exemplo, em TalkTalk, what there is the more important for me in TalkTalk? It's opportunity to develop your English, your listening, but you make a new friend. It's for me, it's the best. Né? Because talk, I start meet several person like Jefferson, like Rosalia, uh,
Josuel.
Josué. Well, for me, it's a good pleasure. You make you could make several different person. You don't have idea that person exists, né? It's
Yes.
for example, I imagine you how you get satisfied about the have a great family, né? Like
Yeah,
talk, né?
it's a big
You
family.
you have to make several good friend in talk, né?
Yeah,
It's
most of my friends now, they are on Talk and Talk. They are on the meetings because yeah, I'm in touch with them pretty much every day.
you have a gap of a window, né, about 5 years, huh?
Yes. Yeah, it's
It's
been a while.
a long time. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I've met a lot of people already.
For example, I remember the time when I have been living in Madrid for 2 years, but I had some some friend. It's ines, oh my God, inesquecível, né?
Uh,
Unforgettable,
unforgettable.
unforgettable, unforgettable. The guys, but I lived in campus of the fan art school. Oh my gosh, the people in fan art school have open mind, so very open mind. It's amazing, amazing guy, It even though this time is so very different nowadays, but the friendship get almost forever, It's
And it's part
wonderful.
and it's also part of the learning process.
Uh, uh,
Making friends, it's part of the process, and it's what get people excited about being here, you know.
uh,
So
but
it's
but Philip, I'm very sad, cara, in relation the Brazil now, because the government. Oh my gosh, the people, it's do everything for the magic, the magic, all the thing it's building in the past. Oh my gosh, it's the magic, the education or the. For me, I'm very sad because stupidity for me it's don't have space in my soul.
yeah,
So,
I understand that, and I try to avoid especially social media comments and what's
yeah,
happening in the government. I know what's happening about our local government, about the mayor here in Sao Paulo, about the governor in Sao Paulo as well, and also the president and the whole thing. But I try my best to avoid um, or to expecting a lot of things from them, and I try to do myself what I can do. So talk and talk, I don't know if you realize that, but it's a political tool because we talk about a lot of good things, and this is politics actually. This is democracy. When we have a space where we can talk, express ideas, and understand other people and learn with them and listen. um, so I hope that everybody could try at least to do something small to help other people, just focused on collaboration. I think collaboration mindset is going to help us a lot. If we don't
yeah,
have this collaboration mindset, we are going to crack from the inside out, you know.
yeah, it's a big problem because for me, what I think about this. For me, independent if this name B, C, or D. But the guys in the administration, this country, it's give opportunity for the people study more, work more. For me, it's a big thing, because I think the unique thing this country it's need it's education, job. Because guy, for example, I had a friend. It's will went ended up go to the island in the last week. Um, one day she get there. She it's found out the job. One day, one day. Falei, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it's so very complicated for you in find out the job in this country. It's for me, it's a big problem because you have some some much uh, person or people have a disposition for job for work. You don't encounter everything for develop your life. You know? It's for
Yeah.
me, it's very sad this way.
And
Uh,
communication in Portuguese or English or whatever the language, day by day, it's getting more and more important. Not speaking a language, but communicating in that language. So speak English, it's something. To communicate in English, it's something totally different. It's a totally different game. It's like swimming in the pool and swimming in the sea. They are totally different races. So speaking
yeah,
English, it's something. Communicating in English, it's something totally different. Totally different. So, and we are still focused on speaking, not communicating ourselves. And communicating, in my opinion, it's one of the skills that everybody should master, should learn, should develop. Because without communication, we don't have a society. Without communication, we can't find a cure for diseases. Without communication, we cannot go to Mars. Without communication, we cannot fight poverty. So communication, more than anything else, it's the most important thing that a human being has to develop. You know?
this is my big problem when I when I have it in the English speaking country because uh, for me don't satisfy satisf- satisfies me just to have an English survivor. I need to get into the heart another person because it's amazing. You exchange idea about the life, about the uh, some of think becoming human being in human being. It's for me amazing. You exchange idea. Oh my gosh, exchange
Yeah,
experience of
and
life.
you learn a lot, right?
So
Fern, we are 15 minutes past, but I was enjoying too much, and I think it was our first conversation here, 101. So I decided to have like a bonus conversation, and but I had something else coming up at 10 a.m. So just before we finish and we finish this conversation, do you want to ask or do you want to say something?
no, it's amazing. It's amazing conversation because it's for me it's like mental health, for me. Speaking English, and you, it's a great person. I really appreciate in speaking with you. Have opportunity to develop my English, my idea, entendeu? Because my English it's so very mess in my mind, my brain yet, né? But I hope become fluent, né? But I work for hard for this.
Yeah, and
But
I hope you can be part of the classes. We are going to have for people who are signed up for the paid plans. We're gonna keep the conversations going, not as much as we have like all the meetings, but we're gonna have less. But we are gonna keep running. So we are just going to stop like 1 2 days for Christmas and New Year's Day, but we're gonna have some conversations going on. So thank you for this amazing conversation. And this is live on YouTube. If you want to get back to it, just check on us on YouTube. And I hope you have a great day, Tuesday after holiday,
okay,
and an amazing week.
my pleasure, Philip. See you on another opportunity.
See you. Just book the
Okay,
meetings and we're going to be here.